Deshaun Watson's race against time. The veteran's comeback collides with Shedeur Sanders' rising star in Cleveland's QB drama. Prologue. 2 stories, 1 quarterback room. In professional football, timing is everything. One injury can open a door, one performance can shift a franchise's future, and one returning veteran can disrupt a carefully balanced plan. For the Cleveland Browns in the summer of 2025, that truth has never been sharper. The franchise stands at a crossroads. On one side, Deshaun Watson, the veteran quarterback whose Achilles tear ended his season in heartbreak and sparked debates about whether his tenure in Cleveland is approaching its end. On the other, Shedeur Sanders, the rookie who, in a single preseason game, injected new energy into the city's football heartbeat. These aren't just 2 quarterbacks. They are 2 timelines, one rushing to reclaim what was lost, and the other trying to prove his moment wasn't a fluke. Chapter 1. The long road back for Deshaun Watson. When Deshaun Watson fell to the turf with a torn right Achilles tendon last season, the crowd's reaction was mixed. Some cheered, frustrated by his uneven play and the cloud of controversy that had followed his arrival in Cleveland. Others winced, knowing the recovery from such an injury could take a year or more. The surgery came swiftly, followed by months of rehab. 7 months later, Watson's timeline is ahead of schedule. The NFL calendar is unforgiving, and for Watson, each day not on the field feels like another step toward irrelevance. But the veteran hasn't wasted a second. Mike Florio summed up the situation in a way that captured its tension. At some point, he'll be healthy. At some point, he'll be cleared. What happens when he shows up with a piece of paper in hand that tells the world he's ready to play? That hypothetical piece of paper, medical clearance, looms over the Browns' quarterback room like a storm cloud. When it arrives, Cleveland will have to answer a difficult question. Does Watson walk back into his starting role? Or has the landscape changed too much? Chapter 2. Training in the shadows. While the Browns' offseason unfolded, with Joe Flacco returning, Kenny Pickett joining the fold, and rookies making their case, Watson stayed out of the spotlight, working with his trusted personal quarterback coach, Quincy Avery. In recent Instagram stories, Watson offered a glimpse into his world. Crisp dropbacks, tight spirals to receivers, acceleration on rollout drills, and a look of fierce determination. Each clip carried the same message. He's coming back, and he's not coming quietly. His caption read like a personal manifesto. 7 months and we back at it. More glory, folded hands, dark skin tone, small things to a giant. For Watson, this is more than physical rehab. It's narrative rehab. His 2024 season ended not only with injury but with disappointment. His performance falling short of the massive expectations that came with the Browns' investment in him. Chapter 3. The clock is ticking. NFL insiders like Mary Kay Cabot have speculated that 2026 could be Watson's final year in Cleveland if the young quarterbacks on the roster show real promise. That kind of chatter doesn't sit well with a competitor like Watson. Back in May, he had already started sending signals, posting workout videos with Avery and warning, in not-so-subtle terms, that he planned to get back in fold. Avery himself vouched for the process, saying Watson's mechanics were sharp and his timing would be perfect when he returned. The challenge is clear. Watson can't just come back healthy, he has to come back better. Chapter 4. The new energy. Enter Shedeur Sanders. While Watson rehabbed in private, the Browns' QB room was undergoing an evolution. The offseason saw Flacco's return, Pickett's acquisition, rookie Dylan Gabriel's arrival, and the signing of journeyman Tyler Huntley when injuries began piling up. But then came the unexpected spark, Shedeur Sanders. The son of Hall of Famer Deion coach Prime Sanders, Shedeur entered camp as QB4, expected to develop quietly behind the veterans. That plan evaporated when injuries sidelined Gabriel and Pickett. Suddenly, Sanders had his shot, and it came against the Carolina Panthers in what became one of the most anticipated preseason matchups in years for Cleveland fans. Chapter 5. A statement game. From the opening drive, Sanders looked nothing like a fifth-round rookie thrown into action by circumstance. He played with patience, processed his reads, and delivered throws with conviction. By the end of the night, His stat line read 14 of 23 passing, 138 yards, 2 touchdowns, 106.8 passer rating, and 19 rushing yards. Coach Prime had predicted the show earlier that day. It's gonna be a problem out there tonight, dog. I promise you that. When Sanders' second touchdown pass connected, his father doubled down on X, formerly Twitter. Oh yeah, what now? Cleveland fans, known for their loyalty but also their demand for results, had a new name to cheer. The preseason victory, 30-10, wasn't just a win. It was a statement. Chapter 6. The humble aftermath. Despite the buzz, Sanders kept his post-game comments grounded. I think I was okay today, but, the next opportunity one get, I just got to build on this one. It was the kind of humility that plays well in a locker room. But behind the scenes, the questions were already swirling. Should Sanders leap up the depth chart? Would Kevin Stefanski reward him with more reps? Or would the traditional NFL hierarchy hold firm? Chapter 7. Watson feels the heat. For Watson, Sanders' emergence complicates everything. His comeback was always going to be about proving his own value. Now it's also about fending off a challenger whose rise has energized the fan base. The Browns' quarterback room is suddenly the most interesting it's been in years. Joe Flacco, the veteran with playoff experience. Kenny Pickett, the former first-rounder looking for redemption. Dylan Gabriel, the rookie prospect with upside. Tyler Huntley, the reliable journeyman. Shedeur Sanders, the rookie who just stole headlines. Deshaun Watson, the high-profile starter trying to reclaim his spot. Watson's urgency to return is no longer just about getting back to health. It's about reclaiming his role before the conversation shifts too far toward the future. A future that might not include him. Chapter 8. Stefanski's balancing act. Head coach Kevin Stefanski now finds himself managing a delicate equation. On one side, loyalty to his veteran starter and the investment the organization has made in him. On the other, the undeniable spark Sanders brought to the field in his debut. The coach has been careful with his words, emphasizing that health will dictate playing time, not hype. But as camp progresses and preseason games roll on, the external pressure, from media, fans, and maybe even the locker room, will mount. Chapter 9. The coming collision. When Watson is cleared, it's not just a medical milestone. It's the moment the Browns must decide whose team this is. If Watson returns to full strength, the logical move is to start him. But if Sanders continues to impress, it creates a rare and volatile dynamic. A veteran fighting to justify his contract and a rookie trying to seize a job far earlier than anyone expected. For Sanders, the mission is simple. Keep stacking performances, force the coaching staff to notice, and be ready when opportunity knocks again. For Watson, the goal is just as clear. Make the Browns and everyone else remember why they believed in him in the first place. Epilogue. 2 paths, 1 future. The Cleveland Browns' 2025 season hasn't even started, but already it feels like 2 stories are running in parallel, each capable of defining the franchise's future. Deshaun Watson's comeback is about redemption, resilience, and proving that a major injury can't erase a career. Shedeur Sanders' rise is about seizing the moment, breaking through the expectations for a late-round pick, and rewriting his own NFL script before it's even fully begun. At some point soon, those 2 paths will intersect. When they do, the Browns will have to choose not just a quarterback, but an identity. And in Cleveland, where football history is written in both heartbreak and hope, that choice could echo for years.